Hello everyone, I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we went and ran around a few locations to report in on things we had done. Now, we still have at least one or two other people to talk to, so we're gonna go into the Valiant Trading Company headquarters and see if they have anything to tell us about what's going on. I think we're gonna need to go upstairs. VTC Archives, Governor's Office. Did we not already speak to the Governor? The guard nods polite greeting.
Welcome back. Governor Alvari will see you.
Okay. Maybe I was wrong. Lueva Alvari. No, we had spoken.
Director Castle has you running errands for Flaune, does he? A waste of your time. They've been at it for months to no profit.
Are you in charge here?
An interesting question.
Governor Alvari's mouth twists in a rueful smile.
Director Castle concerns himself with the business of the Valiant Trading Company as a whole. He must coordinate our operations across the entire region. I am afraid you must deal with me for the time being. You seek work, information. These are things I can help you with.
Could you tell me a little about the Valiant Trading Company?
Well, the Valiant Trading Company has been here in Neketaka for many decades now. Its main interest is in the mining of luminous Adra, for which we have negotiated with numerous tribes for access to the Adra sites and, where possible, labor. The company also engages in more mundane lines of trade, of course. Ultimately, we are merchants.
Okay. I thought I had
Come
spoken
back.
with her. I had
Please,
questions
go
for
ahead.
you.
Very well.
Okay, never mind. So that's not who we'd spoken to. So we had already actually been in there. Let me try going back up. Because we had spoken with someone from the Valiant Trading Company. And it sounded like they would have been able to tell us where Palagina is. The director is not in. Huh. So then how do we find out about where Palagina is? I thought we'd be able to talk to the person in charge here who was, well, you know, there before. Oh wait, there she is. I walked right past her. Hey, Palagina.
Ado, Watcher. The Cantanichesi sent for me. It seems the Republics have need of me again, thanks to you.
It is difficult to read her expression. The corners of her mouth briefly twitch into a smile, but there is worry in her eyes.
Do you have need of me?
I'll always have need of you, Palagina.
Good.
She nods sharply and steps forward. You will be Paladin. Alright, I'll dismiss you for a moment and take Palagina.
At your service, Watcher.
Alright, Palagina, we will talk in a minute. First things first. You have the Desgraza breastplate. Desgraza, as in disgrace. It's fine, and it has Defiant, which can be changed to this. Projects an aura of Defiance to nearby party members, reducing the damage they take, but loses the benefit of Defiant for themselves. Interesting. And your weapon of choice is a greatsword. We'll need to keep an eye out for a fine one. As for skills, let's see. Decent skills. Arcana and Athletics are surprisingly high. And Diplomacy and Intimidate. That does make some sense. Alright. So, Palagina, let's have a bit of a talk.
I would not have guessed I would find myself back with the Watcher of Kadnua. Much less at the order of Akanta.
Her expression fluctuates between amusement and annoyance.
I know that you did not intend for misfortune to befall me. And I appreciate what you said in Queen's Birth. Perhaps this time will go better for both of us. You only have to ask.
Whatever happened with you and Maneha? Palagina slowly turns her head in your direction, eyebrows raised, inner eyelids nictitating out and back.
Que?
You and Maneha, you were together, weren't you?
Menea was a good companion and a skilled warrior. But her imagination got the better of her. It appears to have gotten the better of you as well.
She runs her fingers along a wayward feather pointing in an odd direction from her wrist, pressing it flush against her skin. Okay then. Can you tell me more about what happened after we defeated Theos?
After we parted ways, I returned to the Republics and reported to the Duke's bells. I failed to complete my mission and had no excuses. The Republics had lost a golden opportunity to trade with the Glanfathens, and the Dukes were furious. They exiled me from the Brotherhood, scoured the suns from my breastplate, put me on a ship to raid Ceres. Diverus, I was lucky to escape with my life. I worked as a guard. Caravans, ships, wealthy merchants. I did not discriminate. After my exile, both my purpose and my pride were gone. The years have taken me from the Eastern Reach to the Deadfire. Some would say it is fate that has brought us together again, Watcher. But you must already know what I think. It is just luck. Time will tell if it is good or ill.
And how are you?
Good. I have no concerns, Watcher.
Okay. What's your opinion on what's happening with Aethys?
Whatever they are up to cannot be good for any of us. At their best, the gods are powerful children. At worst, they are little more than mad beasts taking out their anger on our world. I have little interest in distinguishing which type Aethys is.
She waves the back of her hand up and up, dismissing the thought. How do you like the Deadfire so far?
Where I am assigned is of no concern to me. But I do think the Deadfire can be profitable for the Republics. If the Dukes need me here, I am glad to serve them.
Okay. Simple enough. And now that I think about it, there is one more thing to look at. Reputations. Let's see hers. So, Pallegina dislikes and distrusts the gods and organized religions and appreciates criticisms of them. Oh, she is not going to get along with either Tekehu or with Joti. Views animancy as vital for the progress of the world and responds well to those who support its research and practice. Admires people who take responsibility and don't shirk the tasks presented to them. Dislikes reverence for or admiration of godlike. Again, she is not going to get along with Tekehu. Dislikes religious reverence and piety, and has negative views towards those who express such characteristics. God, she and Tekehu are going to hate each other. Believes in and supports the Valian Republics, and takes a positive view of those who do likewise, and takes a dim view of racist comments and attitudes. Okay. Glancing at this, the Principe don't like me, the Valian are uncertain, the Royal Deadfire Company like me, the Huana like me a bit, and Neketaka is uncertain. For individual people, Tekehu likes me a bit, Seraphin really likes me, the rest are kind of neutral. Okay. And that's perfectly fine. The Gullet likes me a fair bit. Children of the Dawn Stars love me. Okay.
Sure.
Oop, didn't mean to do that. Right. I need to go back to the inn so that I can replace the Paladin with Adair, because having a Paladin with us when we're trying to sneak into the black market probably is not a good idea. Do you not agree? Yes. We're going to sneak in to try and deal with criminals. By the way, that means we're going to potentially be doing things that are wrong. Do you have a problem with that, Paladin?
No.
You do? Okay, then.
See anything you like?
We're not going to take you right now.
Goddess.
Glad to be back.
Okay. You go back into place. And now we're going to make our way towards Delver's Row. Because I don't think there's really anything else for us to do here.
For what do you stare at me, priestess?
It's just, I mean, your, hair. It keeps wriggling around like it's got a mind of its own.
Do you wish to touch one? They do not bite.
Would I ever? Hold still. Oh, slimy.
Okay, to the gullet. And Dario's lair. We can skip right to it. Okay. I do have good news for you, Dario. We have the coronet you were looking for.
What do you require?
So about the coronet of waves.
A most agreeable topic. Or so I hope.
Atera attacked me after I left Takano's.
Yet you are still standing here, no? It is only a shame I did not hire you in the first place. What do
Indeed.
you require?
You know what? It'll get on his good side. I found some money that belongs to you.
A woman of principle. In Neketaka, that is rarer than teeth in a clam. Keep it. Who says virtue is its own reward?
He makes a flicking motion with his slender fingers and smiles indulgently. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Is this the artifact you're looking for? He examines the conch, tracing his delicate fingers over the on-dried symbols. Pleasure shines in his eyes.
And now the real work begins. You must take this to the Undercroft.
He hands the shell back to you.
Funny how they never mention the real work up front.
Ay, Miko. It is but a jaunt. It lies just below Delver's Row. It is where goods of questionable provenance originate. Take the lift from Delver's Row, not the lift in the gullet, mind you. My associate Gwenfen will await you outside a passage in the old Juana style.
And what then?
Then you explore the perils and treasures of the old city for something I seek. Among the ruins is a certain mosaic.
Why do you care about a mosaic?
Enough to reward you well for finding it. The shell you found will reveal it to you. Gwenfen can explain all when you find her. It is said the old city was once as grand as Serpent's Crown. Whatever treasure you find there is yours to keep. For now, take this. Consider it an advance.
And how do I reach the Undercroft?
There is a lift in Delver's Row, next to a Netzel shop. I will see that the people who guard it do not give you trouble.
Okay.
Once you descend, cross the bridge. Behind the stockade is a door to, well, a very old place. You will know it when you see it. Gwenfen will await you and the coronet there. Do whatever she asks as though the request comes from me.
I need directions to Delver's
Have
Row.
you the memory of a minnow? I know you've been before.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, thank you very much. We'll go investigate now. We'll go to Delver's Row. Should be nice and easy. That must be where it is over there. Yeah, he said next to Ernetzo's shop. Isn't there... Okay, yeah, that's where I need to go. Fortunately, we're armed, and even though we're going into a dangerous area, we'll be allowed through.
You the one. Go on. Lift takes you to the Undercroft.
Perfect.
Why not?
Wet, salty air and echoing voices rise from below. Suppose we'll take this, see what we can find. A deep, blue, choppy-watered cove spans before you, widening down a cavern that leads eventually to the open sea. Waves clap against ramshackle docks, and the breath that fills your lungs is tinged with salt. Shouts from rowdy sailors pepper the air like buckshot. The deckhands lumber across the water-beaten decks, ready and waiting, watching the waves that roil the cove. Watch from a distance. It's then that Huana water shapers, as denoted by their robes, stride the length of the docks. Arms sweeping, lips moving, they swirl the turbulent tide into a calm, directed current. For a moment, the cove falls still and silent, as if caught in a collective, bated breath. Then, slowly, a slew of black varnished dinghies, sails lowered, row steadily into the bay. The sailors whoop, shouting a jumble of bawdy greetings mixed with commands for docking and unloading the wares. The ships lurch against the wharf and are emptied of crate after unmarked crate almost immediately. The operation is efficient and quick. With a shrill whistle, a dwarven woman emerges from the squat fort jutting from the eastern side of the cavern. Twice more she whistles before the water shapers reverse the bay's current, and the ships are swept gently out of sight, back to the sea.
I want to clap, but it'd give us away.
Water shapers aiding the Principe, bringing in cargo with all the grace of drunk oxen. I have never seen a more undignified use of our talent. Have we all honed Ngati's talent for drudgery?
Takehu balls his fists and trembles on the spot. You don't care what they're doing, just how they go about it?
We can discuss my emotional state later. This display has me sickened to my core. The prince will want to know of this, but...
Takehu stops himself and a cautious look comes over him. Something on your mind?
I am wondering if the crown needs to know the truth about Delver's Row at all. This warren brings business and trade through the gullet. Without it, the Roparo would be destitute.
I'll tell the prince what we saw here, but I'll see if I can convince him to let Delver's Row remain untouched.
Hekara, let us hope that the prince is as keen as his sister. If we want to save this place, we had better leave before taking too many chances. Our presence will not be kindly met.
You say that, but we are told to be here. The pirate stares you down, hand clutching the hilt of his sword. His arm is roped with muscle and striated with pale scars.
State your business. I mean it. Spill your guts or spill your blood.
I'm looking for Gwenfin, Dario's associate.
Oh, right. About time you got here. The elf's been chewing her thumbs to nubs waiting for you.
He sheathes the cutlass with a grunt. The pirate jerks his chin toward the edge of the bay.
There, across the water. Little birds flittering in the old ruins. Hurry on, else she comes to squawk at us.
Hands raking through his damp brown hair, he studies you sharply, maybe still debating if he should cut you in two. Who controls this territory? He cants you a suspicious gaze.
If you can't spot a Principe port for what it is, I might get to thinking you're not supposed to be here.
Alright, don't worry.
Unbelievable that they could hide so much under our city.
I can interact with this. A long rope is suspended over the span between two docks. Their oft-used look means they are likely intended to help move cargo off ships. Inspect the ropes? The ropes haven't been cinched tight in some time and hang a bit loose on their pulleys. Their lack of tension will demand a fair bit of strength and flexibility to cross safely. I think we can get across without having to do that. That said, it looks like this might be the way we're supposed to go, so let me take a look this way first. Or maybe this is also a way we can go. Yeah, they're both ways we can go.
I'm pretty good, huh? Got it.
Turn back or die bleeding, your choice, Swab. Alright, I was just unlocking it for the sake of experience. Don't worry, everything's fine. Hey, there's something I can loot. Lockpicks, nice. Nothing of note over here. Cargo storage, okay then. We were told to expect you. Okay, I was wrong. This is actually something... It's just a dock. My mistake. Let's take a look at the end. See if there's anything at the end for the sake of seeing. Because it's what I do. Yeah, I was right at the end. Oh, look at that. There's something... Is that bird crap? A peridot. A bird just crapped a gem... a bird crapped a gem onto the end there. Sure, why not? Alright, now we go over to where we're supposed to go. We are allowed, after all. Okay. Let's look around, see what we can find. There's the other side of that rope. Oh, we can get over to here. There's the old city ruins and Gwenfin. I'll speak with you in a bit. I just want to take a look over here first. Because there is one other area to look at up here, it seems. Captain Mad Morena.
Look at this.
Oh. Disarm the trap. And unlock. And you're not going to take anything. Because experience. The captain of the Tidebreaker stands stiff-backed before you, looming despite her lack of height. Her hard-muscled legs spread solidly apart, and she splays thick, calloused hands over her hips. She regards you with a heavy gaze, her chin tipped high.
And who, or what, do we have here?
Stubby fingers grind impatiently toward the flintlock tucked into her belt. She drums her fingers on the flintlock as she considers Takehu.
We're all stocked up on silverfin, but this fish is a unique catch.
And I can bite deeper than you might imagine.
He narrows his eyes at her.
Are you the one responsible for tricking the water shapers into serving your petty errands?
Something about the aggression in his tone causes her mouth to split into a crooked grin. Mad Morena turns her gaze back to you.
Well, I see it. You've got two options. You can tell me who sent you, or I can feed you the shaft of my gun.
Morena's features are harsh, cutting. Her hair is drawn up into a large braid on the top of her head. Feathers and bits of bone, teeth and flanges wrapped with ribbon jut from tresses that gleam like red wine in the low light. You don't doubt she'd follow through on her threat. Or try to. Dario sends his regards.
That all the scuffle out sends? Tell me, what does he need for now?
I'm here to conduct some business with one of Dario's contacts, Gwenfin.
Guess I heard as much from a crew hand. You're free to go about then. But I'd ask that you keep your nose out of our affairs, else we need to slit it off. Not
All right,
so
then.
fast,
Oh.
Swabby. Think you can come scurrying into my port without paying me a favour?
She tuts you, shaking her head.
Say I happen to have a fella wanting for a full shipment of crude luminous ardra, but I have no ardra to sell. Loot me no less than 4 crates, and I'll be, let's say, better inclined to do you a favour. If you're a particularly daring sort, you might snatch it from under their noses. Them Valiant trading Princocks have a stockpile of it in their mill in Queen's Berth. Otherwise, you could raid them in shallow waters as they ship it in.
Moving so much Adra risks notice from others. Perhaps a smaller delivery would be shrewder to protect your operations.
Aye. Wouldn't want to be reckless now, would we? Perhaps just 3 crates might better suffice.
Best make room for a shipment of luminous Adra, then. The captain smiles wickedly, a mad cast darkening her features.
Always a pleasure pirating is. I'll keep an eye on the horizon for your prosperous return.
Obtain 3 crates of crude luminous Adra. I will keep my eyes open for them, wherever the hell they may end up being. Alright. Well, the only other thing we got is to speak to the guy over here. I think we can do that. I think we got just enough time for that before the end of the episode.
Let's get this over with.
Or you just walk in. Alright, well, tell you what. I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode, we'll go into the ruins and see what we can find about what we need to do there, as well as exploring all that we can of the ruins. Now that we have another way down that doesn't require us only having half a day that we're allowed to be down there, we can explore to our heart's content. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chestic44, also known as Fly. That is Laniara, Adair, Joti, Takehu, and Seraphin. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, and I shall see you all next time.